What's up, everybody? This is Gary Holt from Exodus and formerly from Slayer, and you're listening to The Razor's Edge.
Welcome back to The Razor's Edge. My name is Chris here at a lovely warm Friday here at ArcTangent Festival, and I'm joined with the amazing Sometime in February. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. How are we all doing?
Yeah, we're happy to be here. A little tired, long travel day, but we made it. We're happy to be here.
Yeah, brilliant. So you guys are playing on the Bixler stage tomorrow afternoon. I'm very much excited for it. How are you guys feeling about the set tomorrow?
It's a big deal for us. We're real excited about it. I mean, it's likely to be our biggest show to date, and honestly,
UK debut.
Yeah, it's our UK debut. I mean, and this audience is kind of the ideal audience for us. They're into the same weird stuff that we are. So, yeah, it's seems to be the optimal experience for everyone.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it definitely is that kind of fest for this kind of thing. A lot of instrumental heads, prog heads, all that kind of thing. Given that, of course, your set is tomorrow, have you had time to check out any bands so far today?
We've only been here about 30 minutes, so we just caught the tail end of Car Bomb set, which is incredible. Love them. Was very stoked to see them over here. Seen them at home a few times already. So
definitely, yeah. I just got here myself as well, but I definitely have a list of bands I wanted to check off if I can. Especially Carnival tonight.
Oh yeah.
I would really like to catch that.
Yeah, fantastic. Cool. So, I can assure you this is not the first nor the last time at this particular fest I'm asking this question, but where did the name come from?
Well, so I've always had like a running list of band names, just to kind of keep in mind. You know, I had a high school band that went unnamed for about 6 months, and it was just always very hard to decide on a name. So I just kept the list going, and then when I decided I wanted to start a project as a vehicle for my music, just went through the list, and sometime in February was just a phrase I'd heard someone say, and I was born in February, so it adds a bit of personal relevance. And it was inoffensive enough, and didn't seem boxed into a certain genre, so regardless what the project would become in the years down the road, it would fit. So I just picked it and stopped thinking about it.
Fair enough. Do you remember some of the names that didn't make the cut?
I remember one. It was between sometime February and Here Goes, which ended up being the name of the first EP, actually. So that was the only one that springs to mind. But it was between those two, is what I remember.
Fair enough. I remember all the cringy, awful names my band used to go through, so we've all been there. I will not name them. So anyway, you guys are here as part of your Where Mountains Hide tour. You've played some awesome-looking shows so far. How have the last few months been since the release of that album been?
good. Yeah, it's been great. Pretty warm reception. You know, when we get out. It's been a little difficult. We haven't quite played as much as maybe we would have liked to, just with how schedules line up and work schedules. And Tristan also plays with Between the Buried and Me, so we kind of have to work around their schedule. But you know, the shows we have done have been great. We did an awesome weekend with Thank You Scientist a couple weeks ago. Those shows were both awesome.
Been phenomenal reception on every show that we've played through it.
Yeah, each of the shows that we've played since the release, you know, on this particular set of shows has been like our best shows ever, I think.
Yeah, brilliant. How's the reception to the album been, just as a whole?
It's been very strong. It's been very nice. This is the most that anyone has heard our music. And not only what the reception is, which has been, you know, generally pretty positive, people have enjoyed it, but just the amount of people that have gotten to be exposed to it compared to our previous releases has been really nice. It's been nice to know that it's actually getting out there and being heard by people. So that's been very encouraging.
Sweet. did you approach this new album differently to ones that come prior, or is it a well-oiled machine at this point?
It's kind of been a continuing evolution, writing-wise, because, like I said, it started out being a vehicle for my own writing, and as we've gone on, we solidified the lineup with Morgan and Scott here, and became like a band where instead of just having them as like hired guns, so it's all three of us are sometime in February. So as we've gone on, it's been more and more of integrating their writing into it, and just making it a proper band versus a solo project. So
Yeah, and it's only made us tighter as a band too. Like,
yeah,
it's
and that's what Where Mountains Hide shows is the strengthening of our collaboration.
Yeah, sweet. It's a really, really cool album. I really liked it a lot.
Thank you.
No worries. I have to ask though, is the opening track Palantir a reference to The Lord of the Rings?
Of course. It's definitely not the
tech
military
company?
the tech company.
Yeah.
I've gotten that question a couple times, and it's definitely Lord of the Rings. I assure you, it's Lord of the Rings.
Metalhead. I see Lord of the Rings reference. I have to just double check.
Yeah, the whole album was meant to have kind of a fantasy tinged theme to it. So, and Palantir is just a cool word.
Of course, it's a dangerous tool. Being an instrumental piece, largely, it's very technical, but it's not just technical stuff all the way through. A lot of the riffs are quite moving and quite emotional. Are these songs about anything in particular, or is it just pure expression, if that makes sense?
It's a good question. It's for me, it's definitely a blend of that. There are some songs which have a little more specific meaning. Where some of the others are a little more just a blanket for a mood, basically. But a couple of them, might get hints of that in like the song titles and such, which is another thing about titling the songs. It can vary from another, just going list that I have, and other things that might be a little more personal themed. And it may be something that is more just an inside reference that me and the guys know. But yeah, there's definitely a blend of songs that have specific meaning versus just hints of it.
Sure. I have always wondered about naming an instrumental track, because the obvious choice normally in most bands is you name it after the chorus hook or whatever and whatnot. So when you listen to a song, do you a word just springs out at you, or do you have a catalogue of words that you're like, this song actually fits? So yeah, how does that whole process work?
Yeah, it's definitely like I mentioned. I'll go through my running list of song titles, see if anything jumps out from there. Sometimes I'll even pick out a title before starting to write a song, and just kind of okay, I want to try and write this song, and almost form it around that. And other times, sometimes the song just kind of, like you said, just brings forth some words or meaning to mind. So yeah, it's a mix of those.
Yeah, fair enough. Is it a pure coincidence that you guys in Between the Buried and Me are appearing at the same festival?
Not really. It's actually by design. So yeah, I've been playing guitar live for Between the Buried and Me for the past couple years now, and I knew we'd be playing this festival, and I of course wanted to see. I've been aware of ArcTangent for a long time. It's probably as long as it's been going on. I've always been aware of it because of the ridiculous stacked bills that have been going on here. So I was like, well, I would like sometime in February to play that festival one day. It's always been a bucket list thing, I would say. So I was like, okay, well, I'll see what we can do, call in some favors or use whatever connections we had, and it happened to work out nicely. So I had to tell him okay, it has to be at different times though. I need to physically be somewhere else. So yeah, we made it happen, and yeah, now I'll be playing 3 different sets on 3 different stages this
busy weekend for sure. No, but I'm very excited to catch you guys set. Really, really love your stuff. So after your set tomorrow, though, of course, looking beyond ArcTangent, what does the rest of 2025 have in store for sometime in February?
We are playing Prague Power in Atlanta in the United States in basically like 2-3 weeks after we get back, or yeah, about 2 weeks, and that's very exciting. That's another kind of bucket list thing that I've seen those lineups year after year and just been jealous that I wasn't able to go, and now I'm able to go, but from the stage instead of the crowd, so that is kind of cool. But that's kind of the main thing we have coming up, and then after Tristan is done with the Fall Between the Buried and Me tour, we are kind of start writing for whatever comes next for us. That's the plan at the moment.
Yeah.
Sweet. How do UK fests compare to American fests?
It's an interesting one.
It feels very much at home when, like, I don't go to very many fests in general, but the fests I've gone to, it feels very similar. You know, it's just the good vibes. Everybody's just chilling, listening to music. You know, it's like I don't personally notice anything that feels like super different. You know, it's nice. I don't know. It's got a bit of a home to it. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I heard it was in the middle of nowhere, but it is truly in the middle of nowhere. And we definitely have some places like this back home too.
We don't normally get this weather, I'm just saying. Cool, so I'm nearly done. However, I'm ending all these interviews this weekend the same way, with some random quick-fire questions that have nothing to do with anything. You can think as long or as short as you want. Feel free to fight it out. You don't have to agree. Just some random questions to see us through. I'm starting with the absolute classic, tea versus coffee.
Coffee.
Tea.
Coffee.
Whoa.
Hey.
Oh.
I make coffee for my day job, but I am a tea guy.
Okay.
Me too.
Well, I assume you mean hot tea, because we drink sweetened iced tea in America, and I do prefer that to coffee, but I don't think that's what you meant when you asked. So.
Tea generally, I'm a little more preferred towards it.
Fair enough.
We'll talk about it.
Who inspires you?
My dad.
Mike Portnoy.
John Petrucci.
Film or TV show?
Film.
TV.
Film.
Hey,
Sorry.
Hey, no worries.
I don't know. I like both.
Favorite film?
Hook.
Oh, good choice.
Hi, Jamie. I'm so sorry about that.
Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Yes. Yeah, waiting for that one all week.
Kind of have option paralysis, so I'll just go with the classic that my family used to love watching when we were little, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh, brilliant! I literally watched that the other day.
I will say a close second honorable mention for me is Evolution. It's just an absolutely funny movie. So.
Brilliant. Day or night?
Night.
Day.
I'm a day guy.
Past or future?
Future.
Brilliant. And final question, favorite sometime in February song?
Green Mountain.
Recency bias, but our brand new single, A Safe Haven, just because, I don't know, it's a cool one.
I have to agree. A safe haven.
Brilliant, cool. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure.
It's been a great time.
That's been you guys. I've been Chris with The Razor's Edge. We'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you keep up to date with all of our interviews by subscribing to our channel. For all the latest news, reviews, interviews, and more, head over to our website, www.therazorsedge.rocks.